Hi and welcome back to part 6 of Pokemon. And in this part we finally get to use Cut. And if I haven't said it before, something I like a lot about this gen is that it only has a few HMs. It got really, I've played a bit of Platinum recently. And again, having 8 HMs is a bit annoying. I have to have like a HM slave on my party at all times. But anyway, like I said, this gen does it a lot better. And speaking of the number of HMs, it was only really Gen 1 that had 5 HMs. All the rest had like 8. And I'm so surprised at that. I'm surprised it took them till Gen 5 to learn that lesson again. That more HMs isn't necessarily for the better. But anyway, here we see this Pokemon called Munna, who's like a psychic type, and it has sort of a dream theme going on. It sends people to sleep. And when people first saw this Pokemon, they thought it might be a pre-evolution of Hypno and Drowsy, that's it. Speaking of which, this gen gave us 150 completely new Pokemon, no evolutions or no pre-evolutions. Which I do appreciate, it makes it seem a bit fresher. Although, on the other hand, there's quite a few Pokemon which I think deserve a new evolution. Or at least a pre-evolution. Well, I'm not really bothered about pre-evolutions. Yeah, pre-evolutions. That's what I'm saying. But, anyway, my point is Kangaskhan. I think that Pokemon needs a pre-evolution. In fact, you can even see the design of a pre-Kangaskhan in the mother's pouch. But anyway, like I was saying, I'm not. Apart from that one exception, I'm not really bothered about pre-evolutions. But like I was saying, some Pokemon could do with an evolution to make them better, like Dunsparce, for example. But anyway, Plasma are planning to take over this Munna for some reason. Oh yeah, to make people see their dreams. Anyway, the grunts in this game, I would say a lot better than the 4th gen at least. Or at least they use a variety of Pokemon. You can see they use a normal type here. These criminal teams always tend to use either dark type or poison types. Which I guess they do, but they do use a variety as well. Here I make use of the Cut attack. Although what's a shame about Purloin is that it doesn't seem to know it doesn't seem to know a dark type move. At least not at the moment. It takes a while to learn a dark type move. That's what I'm trying to say. Which is a shame because it doesn't seem to have that good attack as it is now in its first form. And it can't make use, without a dark type move, it can't make use of the same type attack ability. Now, on the graphics on the side, you might see a Mushana in the one-off category, and apparently one does appear every one day of the week or whatever. And I'm looking here, you can actually, or if you want, you can just catch a Munna now. You're probably better off doing that if you want a good psychic type. Anyway, what do I think of the Mushana and the Munna Pokemon? I like them, I guess. They're pink, they're fluffy, they're cloudy. They do look a bit weird, though. Like, someone did compare them to actually like embryos in the womb, which is kind of creepy looking. But then again, this gen does get quite experimental with the designs, but we'll see them later on. Some of the more weirder designs. Looks like we get round 2 here. They do look like they're going to a Renaissance fair, I must say. The whole medieval type uniforms. This one sends out a Purloin too. And now I'll try using Sand Attack. I'm trying to use the accuracy type moves, which are banned in tournaments because I guess they're considered cheap. Although, as you can see here, these sort of evasion moves, I don't think they help too much, if I'm honest. Like, just to see how they work out, I use Sand Attack twice in a row, but their cat, their purloin hits fairly frequently. So essentially, I'm not sure why moves like Double Team are banned in tournaments online, because I don't really think it's that effective. But anyway, now I try cut and you see, it just takes a sliver off. I'll be here all day if I don't switch out. But like I said, I seem to be giving Purloin a hard time, but this Pokemon, it seems to be fairly weak until it evolves. It seems like it's a Pokemon you have to put the effort into. And it is a Pokemon I do keep until the end of the game. It's on my final Elite 14. So it does evolve into something good, something useful. But fortunately, speaking of keeping Pokemon till the end, that's something I can't really say about Jason Gordon-Levitt here. But like I said, that's just because there are other water Pokemon I prefer in this gen. And again, that's it does show off the variety in this game. I really am spoilt for choice. What the? Who's this? What the? What's going on? I'm going crazy. It's Getsus in rather two spiffing looking uniforms. And what I mean by that, each one seemed to be wearing a different set of clothes there. But then again, if you saw Getsus's design, he has this sort of coat which is one colour on one side and one colour on the other side. Which I suppose does represent the whole black and white opposing issues, the whole yin-yang sort of thing going on. Oh, and here comes out Mommy. When I look at these Pokemon, they do remind me of scented candles. And I think, is that what they're supposed to be? Incense or something? If I had one, I would nickname it Myrrh. And again, this is kind of one of the Pokemon which show off abilities in the story, which don't really show up too much in battle. I guess what I mean by that is, like, you see the unknown in the movies and such. They come together, like hundreds of them, and they do this really amazing feats. But by themselves, they're really nothing special. Like, I'm thinking of the third Pokemon movie, where essentially all the unknown get together, and they are ridiculously powerful as a large group. But then you play them in the game, and they have like a weak hidden power move. Yeah, anyway, we have to talk to Fennel for some reason. I think she explained something about the online stuff in this generation, which I can't really show off to you in this LP because it's on an emulator, which is a shame, I guess. Well, I recently discovered something called Pokemon Online, which is like a fan-made PC game. It takes like a minute to download, fairly simple, and essentially you can just make your own team and fight it online with other people. It's really good fun, and it's also a good way of testing out strategies for Pokemon. If you don't want to bother catching a Pokemon in real life, finding one with the right nature, the right stats, and you know, on Pokemon Online, you can just build any team you want. You know, you pick a Pokemon, you can alter its stats, its EVs, alter its ability, its moves. Now, granted, you could argue it's online because you can just make a team that quickly. It doesn't really count like it would do to make a team in the actual game. It requires a whole lot less effort. Which is true, but like I said, if you wanted to just to experiment. And when you talk to her, she talks about Dream Mist. Which, it does, this whole dreaming thing, it does actually fit in with the story now that I think about it. Because there is a whole theme about truth and ideals. Which I guess dreams would come under the ideals category. But we'll truth and ideals, we'll discover more about that whole theme as we discover the secret between the two legendaries in this game, which we'll see later on. And also there is this sort of dream world, which I don't think I can show off in this game. Well, what I mean is you go to this dream world and you can catch Pokemon, and these Pokemon will have like hidden abilities. Which is something I can't really show off because I can't. It's an emulator, so I can't really go online or interact with other people online. So unfortunately, we're just doing the main story in this playthrough. But fair enough. Yeah, and she's explaining it now. The whole Entralink. But we're not quite done yet. When playing a Pokemon game, these sort of scenes where you're forced to talk to someone for a long time can get a bit tedious. Especially if what they're saying isn't really important to you, or at least, or it's something you already know. Oh, and here comes the whole, explain the whole Wi-Fi. And like in previous gens, you can sort of trade online, battle online. Really good stuff. And I do appreciate the whole trading online thing, because it makes completing your Pokédex 100% actually possible. I remember I sort of did that in Gen 4, and I'd breed like a Piplup, and I would ask for like a Chimchar,